So I just want to ask you some really simple questions about yourself.
I hope I'll be able to give a simple answer. I have to pray to Goddess. My name is Nishtala Prahlada Shastri. Before I was given Deeksha, and after Deeksha, it's called Amritananda.
What is Deeksha?
Deeksha means immersion, uh, empowering, transmission of power to enable to see, enable a person to see beyond the physical senses and to expand awareness. So Deeksha means some process by which you transfer energy, a spiritual energy.
And how did you come to this point from being your original name to taking Deeksha and becoming Sri Amritananda?
I had a guru. My first guru was in Hyderabad. It was a sculpture, the goddess Balaji, a form in which the inside is female, outside is male. Balaji. Bala means a female, a little girl. It's another name for Krishna. I had material there, and then I came to Vizag and I met my guru at Anka. He is from the Dattatreya tradition. As a Avadhuta Digambara, means Skyclad. And he gave me the Deeksha name along with the mantras. That's how I got my Deeksha name.
And you said that your first guru was a sculpture.
Yes. An icon, a deity in a temple.
How can a deity in a temple be a guru?
I had the feeling of horripilation, all hair standing erect, and I was transported into a different plane of existence when I prostrated in front of that. And I knew the energy came to me. That I considered as Deeksha.
Mm. Were you always interested in spirituality?
No? I was trying to fight against it all my life. I came to spirituality at the age of 47. When I was very young, I was spiritual. But at the age of 11, I had an experience and was wrongly diagnosed as a cerebral malaria, treated for that. And then I got interested in science. And as a scientist, I don't believe in anything that I don't see. But there are things that we don't see. Sometimes you got to believe that there is America, there are people there. I don't see, but that means that doesn't exist. But we try to extend our senses and see more and more, wider and wider spectrum, and see. And infer, somehow we are conditioned to believe that what we see is the only world that exists. Now, we are going way beyond that in all scientific endeavors. What is your question?
The question was, were you always a spiritual person?
No, as a scientist. And I think I left science for spirituality, and I think science is getting back to me. So there was a tussle between science and spirituality, and I oscillate between these two. Earlier, I was spiritual. Then I became an atheist. And then I became spiritual. And then I started understanding the spirituality and physicality are two dimensions of the same thing, which is understanding the science piece and also the spirit piece. So I'm beginning to accept that I'm vacillating between these two. But even now I try to be rational and try to think why it has to be how it is. Always. I keep questioning myself. I keep questioning everything that I see. The questioning spirit has not died in me. The rebellious spirit of science. And when some spiritual person says science is all bunkum, it hurts me. I know how much it goes into that. And they are not knowing what they are driving against. So I was not always spiritualist.
What is spirituality?
Spirituality is knowledge, the ability to be free, to do exactly what you want to do, and it is being kind, inquisitive, wondering about the creation, about how all these things came to be, about what is the why was I born, what is the purpose in my life, what I am supposed to do, and anything that clarifies these issues, and being truthful, being honest. I think all these are spiritual values which I think every good human values are approaching spirituality and love and being detached in you do your best, and if you don't get your results, you get upset. All that is part of spirituality.
And what is science?
Science is a very experimental, and it used to posit that whether I exist or not, there's something outside there, and that is constant, and that's being observed by other living persons. But it has never been able to explain till recently the connection between science and spirituality. See, it considers science is one dimension, empirical. You have to prove it. If you can't prove it, it doesn't exist. That's not. It's totally rational. But irrational can also be rational. Maybe irrational is something which we think is irrational, can become rational. For example, if I told somebody I could fly in the air with 50 others together and they would laugh at me. It's talking nonsense. It's irrational. But now everybody flies in the plane, 50, 100, 300, 600 people fly together in a plane. See, as you advance in understanding, then what we thought was impossible becomes possible. And then we are moving the line between science and spirituality. And now we realize that when what is in existence does not depend on others only, but I also have a say in what exists outside. So the interaction between me and the world, its recognition has crept into science.
So, if you went from a very logical place for what you're saying to me was a large period of your life after the age 11, you became a scientist and you used your logical mind. And when all of these things started happening to awaken your spirituality within you, what was the journey of that like? Was it difficult for you to accept some of the things that were...
Some things are difficult. When I used to sit in meditation and some form of writing gives me a book to read, and I happen to read that book afterwards in the library, it would shatter my ideas of rationality. How could I read something before I even saw the book? So these kinds of experiences, premonitions of future, and going a time dilatation, for example. I would go into meditation for 3 minutes, but then the entire lifetime is gone. So I would have experienced the entire lifetime. When I went to the past life forms. So you see, these are some of the things which are at a deep level, which I cannot easily explain. And so these things brought me to the face-to-face with the idea that just because I can't explain, it's wrong. can be right, whether I can explain it or not. The science can. And the roots of the whole divide between spirituality and science started tumbling with the entrance of the quantum theory. Because the observer has a say in what is being observed. He is choosing what to see, and he sees that. And to observe means to change. You cannot observe without changing it. And so observer and observer are one. That is very hard thing to bite for any classical physics. But the quantum physics has made a transition between spiritual and esoteric and not esoteric things. It now recognizes that each person is capable of creating a universe. There are theories of multiverses which brought on unbelievable complexities, but they do exist. And science is trying to discover, it's already discovered the Higgs boson, the God particle. And if that is true, then we are each one of us really a creator of the infinite cosmos. That kind of a revelation is this. So, what I'm trying to do is to understand the interface between the mind and the matter, mind and consciousness and matter. That is the area that interests me most right now. And I think I'm trying to explore, understand, and I realize that what I'm trying to understand is myself. That is both spiritual as well as scientific.
All of this knowledge and experience that you gained on a spiritual level, how did it affect you personally? Your personality, your family, your life as a human being? You know, what's beyond just understanding and seeing these things? How are they absorbed into your daily life?
Well, I can see a divide between the value systems that I start believing in and the value systems that society imposes on me. To that clash, I start seeing everybody as part of me. And therefore, the concept of shame even doesn't exist for me. I can be nude in front of anybody, and I can see nudity without being affected by it in the least. And this is very hard for the society or for the family to accept. They think this person must be depraved, and and however much you try to tell them, look, it's something pure that we are looking at. It's very hard for them to accept. And I live in this dichotomy. And I think this dichotomy is part of the stress between spirit and science, between society and freedom. Society demands obedience. It thrives on obedience. But inquisitiveness, curiosity, wonder, and creativity, they depend on rebellion. This is the inherent conflict. I am trying to resolve the conflict. So within my home, I am the most obedient servant of my wife. Yes, yes, yes. And outside, I am myself. When I am in meditation, I am myself. Nobody is there to come and disturb me. Well, people do disturb sometimes. They won't give me the time to sit down and meditate. It's very hard once you start becoming a guru. Very tough to get time for yourself. They intrude on you. They make you do things which you don't want to do. They put you on a pedestal and start going down. It's not me. I know that they are equally valuable, they recognize it or not. And I find it hard to believe that one God is going down to another.
So if that's not you, who is you?
That's not me in the conventional sense. I'm everybody. That's my, and all that I see, all
So
that I experience is me.
you spoke about living in a dichotomy. Could you have stepped away at a certain point and relinquished the world?
I could have stepped away, but I didn't see the point of it. Once you start understanding that spirituality and society are at war, but the war is the essence of life. This game, you see, game is being played. I think you need discipline, you need freedom. And freedom without discipline has no meaning. So I think both are equally important to have. No, unless there is a challenge, you won't rise up to it. The challenge is necessary for creativity. The problems are important for an investigative mind to find solutions. If everyone's is perfectly healthy, you don't need doctors. If nobody has sinned, you don't need priests. So the need is there. So the family needs the protector, the one who brings in the money and takes care of their needs. And this person also needs that and one. There must be some part of you which is allowed to soar to whatever heights it wants to, and some part of it just be grounded in reality. So, meditation is a place where you can soar, and mundane existence is where you have to ground yourself.
You have children, correct? How many children?
3 daughters. I had one little boy, but he lived only for 14 days and left. My wife has not even seen him. He died. She had jaundice, in hepatitis, and the moment the child was born, they said if the child continues to suckle at the breast of the mother, he would be in contact with jaundice, he won't live. So they separated him. So she was in one hospital, he was taken to another hospital. And the first question that I was asked, why did you bring him here? Not a very receptive, for newborn baby, to be brought in the hospital, and then he said, why did you bring him here? Okay, and he was there for 15 days, and she never saw him. And there is a Runarabandha, a tie, a bond which had to be fulfilled, and that's why he came to my life. I had to take him and cremate him, put him in the electric heart chamber, so that the whole body burned. I was very upset because I somehow felt that he was still living. And did I kill him? That was the thought that was there in me. Well, she didn't feel that much because she was not seeing him. He was the eldest. And after that, 3 daughters. One. They are married. Each of them has 2 children. And they are happy with their families. And I'm happy with my grandchildren. Easy to bond to grandchildren than to your own children. Somehow the age difference, large age difference seems to make a positive interaction.
Yeah. Does she come and visit you often?
Not as often as I wish her to. But she has her priorities. And I'm there for my wife and my wife is there for me. And somebody was suggesting, stand for your independence and divorce your wife. What nonsense. I lived with her for 52 years. We know each other like inside out. And I had 60 daughters, 6 grandchildren. I should leave her for the sake of what? Because she controls me. Who doesn't control me? Everybody tries to control me. Just because she tries to control me, I should leave her and run away? No. So okay, you sacrifice a little freedom. So what? But I value that relationship. I think valuing relationships is an important part of relative spirituality. You know, if you just try to live existentially, you get into a vacuum. There are no affections, there are nothing to bond to, and you live in a not knowing. And you don't know where you belong. Sense of belongingness is equally important. That's a restriction of freedom, but it's part of it. Again, it's valuable. I think that's probably the message I want to convey. You don't have to leave your family, you don't have to run away from your family to be spiritual. Find it where you are, no matter what circumstances. You can be in prison, you are about to hang in the next half an hour, you can still be detached. And you can try to be detached while in. There's a famous example is a water drop on a lotus face. Attached, but still free to move without getting stuck anywhere. I think I want young people to realize that the spirits are always free. They will choose to infinite freedom must include the freedom to be bound. You can exercise that freedom and learn to cope with the limitations and accept them lovingly, caringly. They are okay. Ultimately, what matters is that if you can go when you decide to go, and you don't feel any pinch, I'm doing something going. That's kind of a transition I would like to make. And I want people to celebrate when I go, not cry. Because that's not what I want. I want people to be happy. See, that's, when being integrated with nature is broken, you become separated. When you become one with nature, you go back to nature. Going back to nature is to be celebrated by cried for. That's my attitude towards life. I have been an infant, I have grown, I have loved, I was loved, and to the best of my ability I have tried to do something for everyone. Not because I expect something back from them, but because I felt it was my nature, I felt happiness in doing that.
Have you always felt happiness in doing that?
Yes, that undoubtedly. Whenever I gave, I felt happy. The first example was when I was in Bombay. I was adding very meager salary. There was an appeal for a fund to build a school. So the big paper with a lot of money are there. Nobody is opening their mouth. I was the first one to open my mouth and say, I am contributing 3 months of my salary into the school. It was not much. Not much. But still, 3 months of my annual salary, I gave it away. And I felt a sadness, but also extremely happy. This strange combination, a feeling of having done something which nobody else has done, pride. It was not much to write home about, but still, it meant much to me. It meant that I would go 2 days in a week without food. It meant that. And we lived that way, me and my wife. And I wanted to go for a movie. My father didn't ask me one question. It used to be less than a rupee at that time. You want to go for a movie? Okay. With that money you can buy 1 kilo of rice that all of us can eat. No, you take this quantity away, when all of us will starve. What do you like? That's a tough question for a young child, about 11, 12 years old, to be glad to go for a movie which I wanted to see. I felt pain, I felt pleasure. This combination of pain and pleasure is very strange. That I think is spiritual. Spirituality is when it hurts so much to give, and still you choose to give. That I think there lies the essence of spirituality.